We share their environment, eat the same fish they eat, and what happens to them ultimately will happen to us. That's why researchers say bottlenose dolphins are so important to understand and protect. Sarah Watts wrote, "I'm so proud that Gulfport has the nonprofit Institute for Marine Mammal Studies and the Center for Marine Education and Research. I cried when I saw what those amazing trainers did to save the Katrina dolphins and was thrilled to hear recently that they continue their groundbreaking work." So tonight we honor the volunteers and staff of the Center for Marine Education in Gulfport as South Mississippi heroes.
It was just an amazing event. It has never happened before. All these animals that had swept away came back.
The now famous 8 marine life dolphins washed out to sea by Katrina were confused, injured, and starving. Somehow they stayed together through the chaos and made their way home.
It was incredible. We were all so happy. I think we all cried. We couldn't believe it.
Co-owner of the former Marine Life, Dr. Moby Solangi, says what the dolphins trainers did after the storm was unprecedented.
These kids who had really loved them, cherished them, nourished them, really put up tremendous effort. And it was a story worldwide.
But the world didn't hear about these young trainers who had lost their own homes and still went through great lengths and sacrifices to save their beloved dolphins.
They're your children. They're your family.
They spent days in the cold, debris-filled water of the Mississippi Sound, giving them medical care and retrained them in the wild and regained their trust. Then they taught them to beach on rubber mats so they could transport them to local pools where they'd be safe.
Every one of them was saved.
They also saved sea lions that were washed as far away as Jackson and Hancock counties. And they continue life-saving work today with the very impressive nonprofit IMMS Rescue and the Center for Marine Education and Research in Gulfport.
And let me show you, this is something that's really remarkable.
There's an education center here, a marine mammal emergency hospital, auditorium, and more. They say all of this exists because of one brilliant, caring man with great passion and vision.
Moby is an incredible human being, and he's so instrumental to this organization and to who we are and to what we continue to do.
But they say none of the rehab, research, or education would be possible without their volunteers.
They're amazing. We wouldn't be anywhere without our volunteers.
The last stranded dolphin, who sadly didn't survive, had lost his equilibrium and couldn't stay afloat. While giving him critical medical care, they had to hold him in the water around the clock.
And the volunteers were just there with us day, night.
Dr. Delphine Vanderpool, who actually gave up her career as a physician to become a researcher here, says she's impressed with their volunteers' commitment.
They're so dedicated. They were with us taking care of this animal 24/7 in the water. It was cold at night, and they were still just troopers.
They say these highly intelligent, friendly creatures who can see through sound win the hearts of everyone lucky enough to get close to them.
That bond is really very difficult to explain. It can only be experienced.
And the nonprofit Institute for Marine Mammal Studies has a 24-hour rescue line. If you see a beach dolphin, they ask that you call them immediately at 1-888-SOS-DOLPHIN. They also welcome new volunteers to do beach walks. Do you know someone who has changed a life or the world with their heroism? If so, we want to hear about them. Go to WLOX.com and fill out a nomination form. Elise.